Hey guys, I've had a couple people ask if I'd make a video on my Leatherface replica. I know I took a short of it running. Want to kind of show y'all, how I did it and what it is. So it's a regular old later model 245A that I painted, rebuilt, repainted, custom mixed farm yellow. Crystal Lake Creations made the decal, matches great. It's been weathered. Everything on this saw has been thoroughly gone over and matched to what you see in the film. I know some of y'all saw the Hanson chainsaw that I made a few months back. It's based off of the video game saw. The way that I made that stencil for the bar was the same way that I made these scratches. So I know everybody likes to paint them on or whatever, but the way that I did this was I sanded all of the original black paint off of the air filter cover, then repainted it, and basically took a picture of the saw on the film and blew it up, printed it out, and then made a stencil out of the scratches so that way I could match it identical. The hardest part was just sizing it right when you printed it out. It took a couple tries to get it, and then placing it, and then traced it on with a pencil, and then used an X-Acto knife to pick off the paint that was on there, the black paint, so that they're real scratches. They're not painted on. You can't rub them off. It's real. But you do notice in the film that the scratches are not silver colored or metal colored. They're actually green. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, that's because the tops were painted green. I mean, that's possible. I think it's more likely that they, it was scratched by another part of the saw, like maybe the cylinder fins or something. But, yeah, that's kind of the way that I did that. And, I mean, all of the scratches. I spent a lot of time studying the saw and the film. Also, the bar. I know a lot of people like to put you see the scuff marks, the black lines on the bar. That was because obviously originally the bar had the Poland logo here and the black line and the black up here. And what you see is just, in the movie, is just remnants of the original stencil. So I matched that in the right place. It's in the center. And I mean, put a regular old black oil cap on there, square pegs. And yeah, man, it's a good old saw. Also, this is a original Poland chain. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that on camera. Maybe you can, I don't know. This is Poland on the links. This is a 17-inch, 16-inch bar, Poland bar. Yeah. Also, too, I know that there's been some videos out there where people are talking about the lore behind the saw. A lot of people say in the film it was a 306 converted to a 245, because that's what Gunnar Hansen said. I mean, look, truth is, Gunnar Hansen was an actor. He wasn't like a chainsaw guy. It doesn't make sense for production to do that, especially on a low budget. It wasn't like they wrote in the script, Leatherface carries a Poland 245A. Like, that's not what it said, It was he carried a chainsaw. Not to mention, you can still see that the decal in the film, you can still see where it says 245 automatic. They would have had to have replaced the tops, handlebar, decal, and muffler. It just doesn't make sense. I think it was more likely that, a fan, because a lot of people do it, they convert 306s to 245s. A fan probably brought a saw to him to have signed, and Gunnar was like, wow, that looks exactly like the one that I used, what is it? And the fan was probably like, oh, it's a 306 converted to a 245, and that's why Gunnar wrote it. But I'm here to tell you, it's just not, it's not probable. It was not a 306A, it wasn't. It was an all-stock 245 early model is what it was. But yeah, man, I figured I'd talk a little bit about it. It's one of the best running saws I ever rebuilt. This thing was in bad shape when I got it. It was missing a moon key. It was screwed up pretty bad. Get a lot of saws like that. And it's one of the best running saws I've got. Also, I haven't fired it up yet. here in a little while. We'll get a start on it. It's got gas in it. It's like a tiny bit of gas in here. So I can probably get it to fire. It's not enough gas in there. I need to put gas in it, but anyway, here it is. Leatherface replica 245A farm yellow. And if anybody's ever got any questions on how to do the stenciling for the air filter cover, I feel like that's the best way to do it. If you're going for 100% screen accuracy, that's the way to go. Just use the pictures of the saw and the film. I also go to, I try not to skip any detail when I'm doing these restos, all the way down to the choke lever and oiler button, because you know they get the white lettering gets worn off. I actually fill that back in with new paint, white paint, to make them look new. You know, it's just good old saw here, man. Also, too, I know somebody was talking about the Sugar Creek decals for the clutch cover. They're great. They look great. I think Sugar Creek did a good job on them. I know that they're the later model color with the early model artwork. Only thing is, that black line, that black outline that's on the decals on the later models, obviously was not on the earlies. I know I've had a couple people tell me that's, you know, that's how it is. So no, it isn't. The black line on the early models, the outline is always on the clutch cover. And the reason that Poland moved from doing it on the clutch cover to the decal is because while it was on the clutch cover, it rubbed off. You know, I mean, the saw was being used, so it gets scraped off pretty easy. So when they moved to the different green color, they started putting the black ring on the decal. If you're just doing a resto on a later model and you want that decal, that's fine. But I'm talking specifically about the people that are making Leatherface replicas. You don't want a decal that's got the black ring around it. Go to Old Saw Shop or J. Catlin, Crystal Lake Creations. They got the best in the game. Yeah, so there's that. And I know in the film, in some of the pictures, it looks like there's a black ring around the decal. It's not a black ring. What you're seeing is the remnants of the adhesive around the decal grabbing dirt. You know, so that's what the darker outline is around the decal. It's not on the decal itself. So, yeah, just make a quick video of this thing. I've had a couple people ask me to do that. 245A Leatherface replica, original Poland 2-bolt muffler, whole bit. So, hope you guys like it. Should gas it up and fire it up before I end the video, but I'll make another video on it here running. I gotta put some more gas in it. Thanks for watching.